Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be bringing you a session that is not just filmed from my camera. So today we're at Kings in Croydon. I'm about to hit a push session. We are currently 14 weeks and like 1 day away from my first show of the season. So things are moving really nicely this prep. Much better than they did last year and about the same kind of pace as they did in 2019, which was my first prep. So obviously with me being about 14 weeks out, I'm still feeling pretty good in myself. I'm now currently doing daily cardio. So things are, you know, properly into the swing of prep, and especially being a natural, we just got to make sure that I get ready on time. And the plan this year really is to kind of be ready a little bit earlier than needed, and then reverse into shows hopefully. So we are pushing on with fat loss now, and that just means that we can kind of take things a little bit easier the closer we get to the show. So today's push, like I said, for myself, obviously being in bikini, is a big focus on delts. I have 2 chest movement and 1 bicep movement actually, which I'm really pleased about. And this is only, I think, the 3rd time that I've run this session since a new kind of training block that I started about 4 weeks ago, this prep. So I'm just going to take you guys through this session. I'm not going to go into crazy detail when it comes to exercises. I'm just going to give you a bit of an insight into how I train. Now, you've got to remember, training is not the same for everyone. I'm just going to share what I've learned since I've been training and my kind of principles of how I like to train and what works for me. It's not the same thing that works for everyone, but I enjoy this way of training and I've grown some okay delts so far. So I'm not going to change anything. Right, so let's get inside and get warmed up, and then we're going to crack on with the session. The start of my push sessions or any kind of upper body session, I just take a little bit of time to actually just get some blood in my shoulders. I have a pretty dodgy left shoulder, so it's just making sure that they're ready to go. Obviously side delts, front delts, and then also my rear delts as well. I just want to make sure that blood's in there and I'm not cold. Especially on prep, I'm a pretty cold human, so it's just making sure that I'm not too chilly before I start my session. Nothing crazy here, just getting things moving. So the first exercise of today was actually supposed to be a dual arm cuff lateral raise. However, because the gym is rammed, we're going to come on and do a single arm raise, still with the cuff, but we're going to use the cable stack instead. So I've got 2 sets here. I'm just going to do 1 warm-up set just to kind of gauge the weight of the stack, and then we'll move into our 2 sets. But this is basically pre-exhausting the delt before I come in to my shoulder press, which is my second exercise. I try and keep my posture nice and tall throughout and just take it nice and slow on the eccentrics rather than just letting that weight pull my shoulder down. Okay, so second exercise we've got today is a seated shoulder press. When I was training back at Phoenix, I was using the Gym Leco piece, which was really nice. But this is the Prime piece, which is very nice as well. But we're gonna load it in like the mid-range, so it's not super heavy at the top, just so that my triceps don't get frazzled. And yeah, I'm gonna just go through some warm-ups, make sure that everything feels good, and then jump into my 2 working sets here. You fucking make the reps work when you're used to training on your own. No one's gonna run in and save your rep. I think what I've learned with this being my third prep is not to be like emotionally attached to training like maybe I was in 2019, because at the end of the day, if I'm injured, then I can't train at all. I'm not gonna start taking stupid reps that I don't think I'm going to get up, but that does not mean that I'm gonna start training like a flannel. It just means that I'm not gonna be silly, because if I can't train, then I can't prep, and right now losing body fat's a priority. So it's just keeping sensible up here and not getting carried away. As much as I love training, it's just remaining sensible and not being an idiot.
It's there. Pressing.
Our next exercise we've got is an incline press. Now, obviously this does work the pecs, but it also is bringing into front delt as well. So when we're developing the shoulders, we're obviously looking to target all three muscles of the delts themselves. So you got your front delt, your medial delt, and your rear delt as well on the back. So to create some nice round 3D looking shoulders, we want to be training all three heads. And I love chest training. I haven't really mentioned this much on the gram, but this is 98% sure that this is my last year in Bikini, and things will be looking very different going forward from here. So I will most likely be doing a lot more chest training in the next year, which is very exciting. But for now, Bikini. Ow.
I love this so badly.
Ladies, if you train with your partner, your boyfriend, and you see them lifting stupid weight, please do not be disheartened by that. Stay in your own lane, work hard on your own sets. When they look like this, it's gonna make you feel a lot smaller, but like never let that get to you at all. Just do your own thing, because you're not them. It doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing in the gym. I feel like some people can be a bit disheartened, say if they're training with their partner, whatever. Just focus on your own shit. It really doesn't matter. No one cares what you lift. Just work hard. I think it's important.
Plus, you like to look small.
True. True, true, true. Instant headache. Oh. I'll try and keep 13 reps.
11, 12, 13, 14, come on. There it is. Press it.
Oh, my chest. The vein be creeping back.
Chest veins coming through.
So we've just finished up on the incline press, and now we're going into a chest fly, which is absolutely lovely. We are taking a small pause in the stretch, and then think about driving the elbows in together for a massive, massive chest pump, which feels so good. So I've got 2 high rep sets of, high-ish rep sets, so 10 to 12 here. and this is mainly all about the squeeze. Like I said before, this is the only other chest exercise I'll do across the week. So it's just making sure that these reps are nice and accurate, and I am just really focusing on the contraction here. And I'm not allowing my shoulders to kind of cave forward. I'm keeping my chest up and really thinking of the squeeze there. But yeah, I love this. It's so good.
One out here. There we go. There we go. It's absolutely bloody cooked.
It's just fucking hard. Considering you sat down, it's just hard. Yeah. So we are just coming into a reverse pec deck now. This is something that I genuinely struggle with so much because of my right shoulder, sorry, my left shoulder, basically just like falls out the socket. No, it doesn't hurt. Yes, it's always been like that. When I actually find a reverse pec deck exercise that works for me, I just stick to the same thing. We've got a reverse pec deck here. What I tend to do is do a really, really high rep set first, or what I'll do is just like a single arm extension, just so that I can feel the contraction in this rear delt and this rear delt, because they feel very different for me, because my shoulders are very different in terms of mechanically how they work. So I've just got to make sure that I can feel the contraction in both. Sometimes I have a bit of an issue, and what I will do is I'll just do this exercise completely unilaterally, just to make sure that I'm getting an even amount of work on each side. So if I end up doing it unilaterally, I'm not just freestyling my session, is because my shoulders just work very differently. So it's important that I actually use both of my rear delts in the same way and actually get them trained. So yeah, I will see what my shoulders feel like doing today. But yeah, I'm thinking about driving my elbows out and to opposite sides of the room. I'm not retracting back at all. I'm not pulling back through here. I'm just thinking of an outwards motion, and my chest is relatively high, shoulders forwards. And trying to just keep the tension on the rear delt the whole time. So I'm not allowing the stack to kind of touch in the middle. I'm just thinking of keeping it on and pushing my hands out to the side. If you rush this movement, you'll find that your scaps just tend to retract straight away. And this just turns into a upper back or like a rhomboid movement. And you'll take all of it out of your rear delts. You'll also notice I spend a lot of time with my eyes shut doing this movement because I can actually feel it. And I don't really care if I look stupid because I have to train my rear delts like this. Otherwise, I just can't feel them. So things aren't feeling too bad today, but I'm just going to make sure things feel nice in both sides because they are so different. Yeah.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like this. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
So I just wanted to go through those lateral raises I was doing before. Now they are at the kind of end of my session, and the whole point of them being on a bench is so that they're obviously chest supported, you'll see a lot of people doing their lateral raises like this, like swinging all over the shop. But having that chest support there basically means that your shoulders are very much isolated. You'll notice I was using like 5 kilo dumbbells and then I dropped down to a 4. And that's because we had a pause in the middle of the rep and then the top of the rep, and the eccentrics were actually 2 to 3 seconds long. So I can use more weight for a lateral raise normally, but this exercise is all about the tension and all about the kind of accumulation of the blood in the muscles. So Vicky, my coach, for those who don't know, doesn't just program me straight sets, she does also program these intensifiers in. So that was 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and I was hitting a pause in the middle, a pause at the top, and then nice slow eccentrics. So if you guys are looking for something to kind of spice up your delt training, a little bit of a finisher, then give that a go, and let me know what you think of it, because it absolutely ruins my shoulders every single week, and it's just a really, really good way of finishing the session and making sure you got a ton of blood in the delts, which we all love. Okay, so this is one of my 2 sets of biceps that I have a week. So I try and enjoy these as much as possible. So I'm allowing for like a full extension through the arms. So I'm getting a nice long stretch, and then I'm squeezing up. I'm trying to keep my torso nice and square rather than it pulling around to the side. Spicy. The forearm cramp. So that is the session all wrapped up. As you saw, I finished with 2 sets of biceps. Although obviously that's more of a pulling movement, it is just put on the end of my push session, which is really nice, because for a very long time I wasn't doing any bicep training, just a bit of indirect stuff in my pull sessions. But I hope you guys just enjoyed seeing what I do for my push sessions. I absolutely love training upper body, so it's just nice to kind of share that with you guys. And also I just wanted to show as well that I think bikini girls get a bit of a reputation for not really training with much intensity. I'd like to think that I come into the gym and I work damn hard, and I always do, whether there's a camera on me or not. That's just a bit of an insight as to how I train, and my training looks like this throughout prep until we get to about a week out, where I'm under strict instructions to not go to failure or to leave just a few reps in reserve, just to make sure I'm not getting injured so close to a show. So my training will look like this up until the very end of prep. Realistically, I'm not progressing a lot of movements right now. However, I'm not going into the gym with the mindset of, oh, I'm probably gonna regress. I think that kind of mindset is really, really poor to have. I think you should be aware that as your body weight comes down, I'm now 14 pounds lighter than the start of prep, you are going to get a bit weaker. That's due mainly to less body fat, means less stability around the joints. But realistically, you should be going into sessions with 100% effort in terms of your mindset. Just that mindset alone is really important. If you go in feeling and thinking weak, you're gonna perform weak. So it's just making sure you go in and you attack every single set. Whether you're feeling good or not that day, doesn't really matter. You show up and you work hard. And if you have that mindset throughout prep, then you're gonna do your damn best in terms of retaining as much muscle as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to bring out some more content just like this. Really, really excited to just bring a little bit more dynamic sorts of videos to my channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Drop a comment and don't forget to like this video, but I will see you guys in the next one.